Hi guys, I'm Scratch, and with Satisfactory 1.0 here, I thought I'd put out some tips for new players that are jumping in for the first time. I'm also going to include some places to get help if you're struggling at the end of the video. Grassy Fields is great. Much maligned by the community, it's actually a good place for you to start your playthrough. There are a lot of basic resources you'll need at the start of the game. Yes, they are mostly in pure nodes, but in the early hours of your first playthrough, it does not matter. There's plenty there for you to get used to the mechanics of the game. In my opinion, you shouldn't be worrying about building 100% efficient factories in the early game. Forget the math and just get a starter factory up and running, as you can always move to a new area later, which brings me on to don't stress about what will happen later in the game. You'll need to build bigger factories in new areas, but start small and go from there. It's up to you if you rebuild what you've done or leave it and build a new factory somewhere else. But tearing down old factories and building new ones is part of the game, and you'll get all the resources you spent building it back when you delete it. So there's nothing lost except the time you spent on building it, which again brings me to my next point. You may feel bad about deleting something you've spent hours building, but that is not wasted time. In that time, you'll have learnt so much about how the game works, how you like to play, how to build factories so they look nicer and work better. There's no rush getting through the game. Take as much time as you want. People spend thousands of hours in this game. I'm nearly 3,000 hours in and I haven't even finished one playthrough yet. So take your time and play how you want. And talking about playing how you want, that's my next tip. One of the best things about Satisfactory is you can play it in so many different ways. Build a big spaghetti mess with a ton of clipping if you want, especially in the early game where you're learning and you'll probably tear it all down later anyway. If you jump on Reddit, Twitch or YouTube, you'll find people building massive factories that produce silly amounts of resources or look so beautiful it can be a bit demoralizing. But bear in mind, these people, as I've said before, have been playing for thousands of hours and in a few cases tens of thousands of hours. Trust me, I thought the same when I first started. But if you want to, you'll get there. Just take your time and have fun. The Satisfactory community is one of the best, most welcoming I've ever found, and they are also a very helpful bunch as well. So if you're feeling overwhelmed or struggling with something, there are a ton of resources out there for you. You can join the Reddit, ask directly and get help from there. The devs also do a weekly stream on Twitch which has some great information about what's happening in the game's development, and you can also ask questions to the devs, which I think they are continuing with after 1.0 comes out. So it's a great place to get information straight from the horse's mouth. There are also some amazing creators out there on YouTube and Twitch. You've probably already seen Total Eclipse, Bits and Kibitz, so I'll skip them and highlight a few smaller channels that you should really check out. Firstly, they are not that small, but you should definitely check out Fluxo. They build amazingly beautiful factories and also make great tutorials on how to build them yourself. The next two come as a pair in my mind as they quite often collaborate on videos. Maker Gaming and Bed Plays Games make great Satisfactory playthroughs and great tips videos. For Bed, I'd recommend their Design Solutions series, especially the episode about how to get really bright colours in game. And Maker has some great tips on creating a vast variety of different shapes. And last but not least, we have Kylo. Some really great videos of how to design factories to make them look beautiful. If you like my content, you're sure to like theirs. And obviously you can always give me a sub as well if you liked the video. My content mainly focuses on how to build beautiful factories and my philosophy behind how I play the game. If you want a video in that vein, check this one out. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I've been Scratch, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.